I am Shado, and this verdict has never been heard. What you are about to learn was buried, hidden from the public, kept in the shadows. Listen carefully, because Shado does not repeat himself. He was last seen leaving a vibrant gathering, joy on his face. Hours later, the quiet suburb was shattered by a scream that echoed through the night. Ann Widdecombe, the former MP, found lifeless in her home, left a community in disbelief. But a car had been spotted just moments before the tragedy. Who was behind the wheel? But you want to know who, don't you? Ann Widdecombe had a routine steeped in discipline. Every morning at precisely 6 o'clock a.m., her kettle would whistle, heralding the start of her day. A lover of the written word, she would sit by her window, sipping tea while the sun crept over the horizon, pages turning in her hands. Her laughter was infectious, often echoing through the halls of her family gatherings. Friends recalled her penchant for storytelling, weaving tales that would transport listeners to far-off lands. This was a woman who cherished life, each moment a vibrant brushstroke on the canvas of her existence. But what the reports never mentioned was Anne's uncanny ability to sense unease. Just a week prior, she'd confided in a close friend, feeling a shadow creeping closer, an intuition she couldn't shake. But the friend dismissed it as paranoia. But what if Anne's instincts were warning her of impending danger? But questions began to arise. Was there someone in her life who had darker intentions? But were there whispers in the shadows that would soon become the focus of the investigation? The police arrived shortly after the alarm was raised, conducting a fingertip search around Anne's quaint home. Inside, they found evidence of a struggle, a broken vase, and signs of a hurried exit. But what truly changed the course of the investigation was the unearthing of a mysterious vehicle, caught on a neighbor's security camera, arriving moments before the tragedy. But who was in that car? Every second felt crucial, yet so many remained unanswered. And nobody thought to ask why this vehicle had been in the area at that exact moment. Think about what that means. Really think about it. But Anne had lived her life in the public eye, her views often controversial. But had she made enemies without realizing it? The tension in the community hung thick in the air. As the investigation progressed, the police began to piece together a timeline that would reveal chilling connections. Then came the day of reckoning, the moment when the investigators believed they had a suspect, a shadowy figure linked to that enigmatic vehicle. This is the part they never reported. But was this person merely a passerby, or was there a deeper connection to Anne's life? The tension mounted, and with it, the fear that maybe the killer was still out there, watching, waiting. What happened next changed everything. The suspect, once a person of interest, was suddenly released due to lack of evidence. Anne's friends and family were left reeling, grappling with their loss, while the police faced intense scrutiny. Outside the station, reporters clamored for answers, but the truth remained elusive, shrouded in a veil of uncertainty. Pay attention to this. It matters. The narrative of Anne's life was abruptly rewritten, leaving questions that haunted her loved ones. Then, a shocking detail emerged. An anonymous tipster claimed knowledge of an altercation that had occurred days before Anne's death. A confrontation that had gone unnoticed, whispers exchanging in dimly lit corners. But who was this tipster? But could they have been a friend or foe? With each revelation, the stakes grew higher and the shadows around Anne's life grew darker. The most shocking revelation came when investigators discovered a pattern of stalking connected to Anne. A series of unsettling incidents that she had dismissed until it was too late. Someone had been watching her. Someone knew her habits, her routines. And as police began to piece together the fragments of her last days, they unearthed connections that pointed toward a chilling motive. But what happened to the people involved? Investigators faced the weight of unanswered questions that loomed over the case like a dark cloud. A family shattered, a community left searching for closure, while the truth remained tantalizingly out of reach. But who truly paid the price for that night? This case remains unresolved, a haunting mystery echoing through the corridors of time. Ann Widdecombe's life was taken, leaving behind a cascade of questions. Shado has studied every detail, and the evidence points somewhere unexpected. But who do you think is responsible? Leave your theory below. Shado reads every comment. Next time, Shado uncovers something even darker. The shadows know more than you think. Leave your verdict in the comments. And if you think you know the truth, Shado will return with the answer.